Hey fellas! The new skill tree update came out recently and oh boy, new Walder is fire! AoE, slowdown, slingshot utilities, speed, mobility and even more cheese were added to the character. So I really wanna try him out. And not just play as him for a few days, but defeat every single boss and don't starve together as new Walter. Without further ado, my name is Black Swan, but you can call me Blacks for short. Enjoy the run. Of course, the first thing we're gonna talk about in the video about a new skill tree is, the skill tree I'm choosing. I'll pick Shadow Rounds, Shadow Affinity and the Ammo Smith skills for more variety of shots and greater amounts of them. All customized skills including the bands because I just love upgrading my weapon. The default scouting bundle of Field Medic, Let's Rock and Roll and Wobby snacks. And on the Wobby side, I'll go with Pep Up, Sprint, Normal and Umbral Dash, and Item Picking, which was a mistake. I really should have gotten the 40 Forager instead, but oh well. The other honorable mention would be the Lucky Round skill, because Dread Shots are pretty decent, but I figured I wouldn't use them as much, so I skipped them. Now we can actually start our Ranger journey. Just like every single run I did so far, this one starts with, you guessed this, grass and twigs. Except on literal day 1 I found a message in the bottle. I wish I had the luck for Odets. We're gonna keep the bottle itself for until we open the Shadow Rifts. In the forest I got some living logs, silk and most importantly monster meat, which I can feed the Wobby. Big Dog will grant us speed, dashes and enable us to dry some meat for Wobby snacks and just the daily use. On day 2 I found the junkyard, which gave me enough materials for a scrappy frame for my slingshot. We don't have the field kit just yet however, so we can equip it. And I got some marble from a set piece nearby. I'll use it for armor and rounds. Also I found Chesty Boy, so I have more than enough storage. I killed some tentacles for the spots and rushed to the Pig King where I got a cat tail after destroying like 10 of them. Sorry cat person television. And on day 5, at long last, I finally made a science machine. I crafted all the regular stuff and a Walter special cattail band, silk grip and of course the field kit to install everything. But there's no point in a slingshot without the rounds, so I made some marbles as well. And to the caves we go. The first thing to do here aren't the ruins, oddly, but the archives. I gathered a stack of glass and fullicite fragments for respective rounds, got a few living logs and blue caps, and a new fullicite bugnet blueprint of course. With Wobby's Umbral Dash I'm able to reach those pit treasures, so I'll be doing that. The first one gave me a fullicite medallion which will show the position of the Ancient Guardian. Neat. In the ruins I prototyped Cursed Round and the Fullicite Flame, made myself a Magi, and then rushed to the labyrinth. And it's time for the first boss fight of this run, the Ancient Guardian.
Hello everyone, it's me, your boy Davinchi Resolve from Don't Starve, and today we're gonna mess up this silly Walter. When AG dashes into me, he gets hit and not me, and Blacks was too stupid to kill me, so I'm going to be a pain in the butt for the rest of the fight. Enjoy!
This fight was the messiest thing ever. And the Rook stole the kill. It has got to die. The loot was worth it though. At the station, I made a green amulet and a staff, a few star collars, suits, crowns, nothing unusual. But what was unusual is the great death swarm coming. You see, at the start of this world, I set the big worm to always in the settings, because I've been screwed over by this too many times. So that has his appearance so early. Well, the fight he wants, a fight he'll get. The only useful thing he dropped was 2 fossils, which will be handy for field weaver, I guess. But that's not where the fun ends, because we still need to slay the Nightmare Werepig. I'll fight him on foot because I don't have any means of slowing him down just yet, and this will just be faster. Though I will still shoot him from time to time. Well, Bad Piggy, dance we shall. After I broke the pillars, I could shoot the Werepig while he's sneaking, forcing him to body slam, skipping the whole annoying phase. Now that's about it for the caves. Did you know that if you don't get Glommer on a full moon, he'll leave a piece of goop near his statue? Well, I did, so now we have ourselves the sticky grip, which I like a lot more than the silk one. And we'll set up a base on top of a wormhole that leads to the Pig King on day 16. Now we gotta do the shadow pieces. It took me until the end of day 20 to find everything, but I still managed to bring the set pieces together by the night of 21. Also, I won't be killing any extra rooks this run, cause I just don't need the possessed atriums for anything. Well, let's fight them at once. I know I could have cheesed them, but I didn't want to. Don't worry, we'll have plenty of cheese later on. Right now, however, I went to the ruins to grab all the missing gems to activate the Crab King later. We need to start our preparation for the Field Weaver fight, and the first thing to do is to get the moonshots. So I got myself a boat and went to the Lunar island. I mined some moonrock for the slowdown rounds, got some kelp which I can dry for sanity, and assembled the first altar to prototype the AoE ones. When I got back home, I built 2 crockpots with charcoal I got from burning the trees on Lunar and planted the kelp. Now we're going to the caves to get the fossils. We only need 6 thanks to the big worm, so it was quite fast. And the tentapillo is right at my cave entrance. Also, I've lost track, but I made a shadow manipulator at some point, so I have the nightmare amulet, which means we have everything. The atrium gen was the best I've ever seen. I don't think there was a single clockwork in the whole thing. Anyway, I tried cheesing the boss and failed miserably because of the nightmares, so I decided to turn them off in the world settings and not cheese the second phase. I know it's cheaty, but theoretically, you can get no nightmares for the entire fight if you get very lucky, so I'm not cheating, I'm just increasing my luck. Sure. Alright, let's fight the fallen king of the ancients. And just like that, the Shadow Rifts will be open on day 35. And we're just in time for the Moon Color event, so let's cheese that as well. And I haven't had enough time to get Glommer, let's go! Because I was at the case at day 30, Deerclop's spawn timing got messed up, and Shonda appeared at the dusk of 32. Well, let's link her too, am I right? Remember I've been talking about those slowdown rounds? Well, it's time we put them to use in the Big Queen fight. Full Side Frame's special attack will apply the effect on all the Grumbles as well, so all we have to do is bombard her with our cursed rounds. Now we have healing for basically the whole run, bundling wraps, and most importantly, a new royal jelly grip, which will turn our slingshot into an actual flippin' minigun. Let's test our newly acquired power on Claws. You see, he's a perfect target for that, because the first attack he has to do when he spawns is the melee slap, and if you never trigger it, he will never cast any of his spells. So watch how I bully him. Oh look, a Talbot egg! Yet another clause that gives me the Malba bill. I'll take that any day of the week. I think it's even better than the Krampus stack in the speedrun. After I done some inventory management and got some supplies from the base, it's time to raid the Shadow Rifts. Remember that bottle from day 1? With its help, we'll bring a piece of ichor with ourselves to prototype the respective rounds. And I stumbled upon Rictus shortly after, so we'll take on that as well. Luckily, the AoE of Moonshots is able to bring them out of the Shadow Realm, so despite the fight still being hard with no planar gear, it was at least doable. Also, I killed a Lucan Nightmare and some Mascues because we need a respectable amount of pure horror for the rounds. In the ruins themselves, we'll need to possess our bat with a Mimic to get a 30% chance to not consume any ammo on shot, craft the Shadow Plinth and fight the AG once more. And this time I'll kill that
longer
rook
than
first.
Star has fallen.
And just as soon as I finish the Ancient Guardian, the Great Depth Swarm comes for a rematch. Well, don't mind if I do. Walter S. tier, love him so much. Now we'll mine a few stashes for some extra green gems, craft everything and skedaddle. And I battled another load of Rictus on my way back home as well. Now that we are at the base, we can bring our potential to its peak with the Shadow gear. I crafted a Call, a Reaper, an Umbrella, a Void Grip that I'll almost never use, a few Pure Horror and Ichor rounds, and a bunch of repair kits. Also, I rushed to the caves to get enough Ichor for the rest of the run, now that I have the crafting recipe. And since Scrappy Werpig had already appeared at the junkyard, let's show him who's the real boss with our new fancy ammo. Damn, those pure horror rounds are amazing. Can't wait to use them in a bigger boss fight.
Warbot. Put my trash away, Warbot. I'm not doing it myself, Warbot.
Well, now that the Shadow questline is completed, we must fully focus on the Lunar one, starting with Pearl. While getting all the most random materials for that granny, a frog rain happened, which unfortunately couldn't interrupt me from doing the tasks. After about 2 days of scratching my base for needed items, I launched my boat and got rowing, fighting not only a bottle, but the Moonkui as well. I'll never use it, but oh well. And as soon as I opened the house upgrade menu, I realized that I forgot the cookie cutter shells. So I spent another day looking for them, even fighting the Frostjaw and Malbatross in the process. And with completion of 10 friendship tasks, we obtained the Pearl's Pearl at a low cost of all my IRL sanity. To fill it back up, I took a break to kill Moose Goose and her children. It's funny how I can kill the Mosslings before they transform with my slingshot. Needless to say, it was not hard at all. And I finally got the terrarium for when we'll wanna fight the twins. But first we need to activate the moonstones. So I got all the gems and a boat needed for Crab King. But before we can fight him, however, we obviously need to locate him. So a quick trip to the archives for an asshole detector it is. Besides the blueprint itself, I also got some more Fulicide fragments to be sure we have enough curse rounds for the rest of the run. After I dig up both Satcom pieces, the detector will point towards the last altar, which belongs to Crab King. Not for long. And it's time to choose the boss at long last. That's right, I really wanted to completely cheese at least one boss just to show you the strat, and Crab King seems like the perfect target for that. Basically, all you have to do is equip the Scrappy Frame, summon him, kill the towers, get far enough away so he can target you, and special attack him to death. Boring, slow, feels sad, but easy. Straight after that, I wanted to fish for the Desert Goggles blueprint and start the Moonstorms, but a rain happened. So while I wait for it to end, I figured we might as well get Frostja and Malba out of the way. So here I am, cheesing him, because I can. And with the bootlegs I got from him, I teleported to the shoal to beat the Malbatross as well. And now that the sandstorm is back, I got the goggles, a thermal stone, cooled it down, fed it to Antlion, and started the fight. Also, I plan on using weather paste for the toadstool fight, so I killed some wall goats for the horns while I'm at it. Using the same bootlegs, I quickly delivered the altars to the Lunar and started the moonstorms. With activating said moonstorms, we get a full day of nighttime, which is a perfect opportunity to fight the Twins of Terror. So that's exactly what we're doing right now. But I got caught up in the heat of the battle and overheated to death. Well, it's all good, I'll just have to be a bit more careful from now on. And on my way to the storm, I found a buried treasure. Nothing exactly helpful, but still a nice surprise. It's nighttime again, meaning we're about to finish Spaz off. I'll take the green gem and leave the shield here. Alright, it's Roberto Wogglestaff do not stop to get her time. Glass, gleams, and static. And just like that, we row away to the Lunar, build a siphonator, and start a fight. And I'm gonna choose phase 3 because I can, lol. The lunar rifts are gonna be active on day 70. And we have ourselves the Enlightened Crown, which I'll actually make a good use of later on. Since we have 5 whole days until the rift is open, we might as well do something useful. How about we go to the graveyard, dig out some gems, make a few freeze rounds, and beat Dragonfly? Sounds good to me. Here we go, Enraged Dragonfly? So easy. Also, I got a lot of rocks from freezing the minions, which is worth the mention. And I made another shield amulet using D-Fly's drop. Let's go, a scaled furnace that I'll probably never use. After that fight, I'm very low on cursed rounds, so I paid a visit to the archives again for even more fragments. Pure Walter gameplay, ladies and gents. I planted a few pieces of grass in my base to lure the bright shades, because we will need their husks a bit later. But for now, with the help of my handy dandy Horizon Expandinator, I found a sus dirt pile, which means we're fighting the possessed warg. Yeah, moonshots definitely make this fight a lot more enjoyable. Wait, what are you doing? What are you upgrading the portal? Well, you see, I started this run not to only kill every single boss, but to try out New Walter. I just wanted to know how it feels to be New Walter. So I'll be giving the Lunar Affinity a shot as well. But not now. First, I'd like to have a bit more Bright Shade husks. So while we have even more waiting to do, I went to the Oasis to get some more World Goat horns and gears, because we're pretty damn close to fighting the Toadstool at this point. While going back to the base, I stopped to check if I was recording and... well, it's all good. I'll just have to be a bit more careful next time. Guys, look, it's day 75 and I finally made a clean sweeper! That's cool and all, but Berger is here, so it's time to fight the second mutated boss. Yeah, Shadow Walter is insanely good against planet bosses, that's for sure. Yet, still no Bright Shades. So I took my time to find a Toadstool, and sure enough, it was as easy for me as it is for you to like this video and press that subscribe button. You know what to do. Well, that's cool and all, but the Eye of Terror has respawned at this point, so it's time to get this boss out of the way as well. It was daytime, but with the incredible power of the pure horror tick damage I was able to get through. At this point I was so bored I went to the savannah to kill a bunch of rabbits and summon their king. So watch how I bully him, I guess. Rabbit King is done, boys, we have killed the final boss. And I mined some brilliants while near the rift. Also, I forgot to relocate the berry bushes from the Pearls Island to my base. And sure enough, there I found my first wave. Now I have 6 husks. Still nowhere near enough, but it is a start. Enough of a start to change my skill tree. The things I'm getting rid of is item picking, field medic and both shadow skills, in favor of furry forager, which isn't that useful this close to the end of the run. Lucky rounds for dread pebbles cause I'm not gonna have enough husks, and both lunar skills, just to give them a shot. Look at that lunar wobby. The literal Walter White is here, boys. I definitely love Lunar Dash more than Umbral in the late game, cause you never really need it outside of the caves. All the gaps can be crossed with boats or docks, but the insane speed that you achieve as soon as you start running is irreplaceable for traveling from point A to point B. Well, it's time to forge a bright smithy and prototype the new ammo. I'd also like to have some extra Dreadstone rounds for when I'll run out of Bright Shade ones, so it's time to retake on the Nightmare Werepig. At the start of the fight I had 120 rounds, and after collecting the ones that didn't break, I have 99. Keep in mind that I also have a possessed band. That's pretty damn good, I'd say. And when I got back home, there was one whole bright shade. Oh well. You know what? Forget about that. We're fighting toadstool with what we got. So let's see how that goes. And the Great Depth Swarm is coming yet again. Well, I hope he's gonna like the taste of my Dread Pebbles. Got it? Cause he's gonna eat them, cause he eats items. Just watch the fight. Alright mates, the only boss we have to take down is of course the Crystal Deerclops. Which means we have plenty of time to test our gear on the other bosses, like Bee Queen. The biggest downside of Redstone rounds is that we have to pick him up every time, but I guess it's still worth it. Let's kill Defla as well while we're at it, shall we? Winter is here, meaning it's time to slay the last boss of the run. Behold, Crystal Deerclops. And that's it! We have killed every single boss in Don't Starve Together as New Walter in just 91 days. This is even faster than my Wolfgang run! Well, what can I say about New Walter? He's extremely fun. Messing around with different ammo and having a complete different look at the whole game with a ranged slingshot as my main weapon is refreshing. Wobby grants you an amazing speed bonus and gap travel in early game, as well as easy access to drying racks and 9 extra inventory slots. Walter is definitely my new favorite character now. I'm really looking forward to play as him again. But for today, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to boost my videos algorithm, leave a comment to make me smile, as well as checking my Discord server and donation alerts if you feel rich. Thank you all so much for watching, really hope to see you in the next one. This was Black Swan, have a good one.